microphone, but it doesn't clip into my camera. So for now, whatever the camera audio is, I'm gonna need you to forgive me. I know it's gonna be a little crunchy and it's gonna be a little distant. I can tell, but I'm not wearing a clip-on microphone because it doesn't even clip into the camera. I'll get it fixed at some point soon. Shamago told me yesterday that I was going away for a day. It is now about like 10:30 in the morning. I've honestly just been working and watching Outdoor Boys, but I'm going to pack. I almost said finish packing, but literally all I've done is take out 2 things. Pack and get ready, pull myself together a little bit, put an outfit on, hit the road. I'm going downtown. I almost never go downtown. And for anyone who doesn't live in the Dallas area, downtown is not that far. It's like a 45-minute drive. But from where I live, that has to be timed absolutely perfectly, or else the 45-minute drive is truly like an hour and a half. And that I'm just not willing to do for anything at all. I have a few favorite hotels, so I'm very excited. Don't know which one yet. And initially he's like, why don't you go get a pedicure? Because that is something I usually do for my birthday, and literally only on my birthday for whatever reason. And I wasn't feeling it. The thing that sounds the absolute best after the past few months is just going to Barnes & Noble to get myself a book. That's like tip top of the list. Maybe stopping into Whole Foods because it's right next door and grabbing some hotel snacks. That's always a must. And then literally just going to the hotel and mostly staying in the room for the rest of the day. Nothing could sound better, honestly. I think in my mind, I know we're going on a date tomorrow. And so I was planning to bring this dress because I'm wearing it for a date, but we're not going for a date until tomorrow night. I'm coming back before then, so I don't need this right now. We'll put this guy back. And then I'll bring this just so I can come home in an outfit tomorrow, because I do want to be dressed. I'm also bringing this because, like, why not have options? I know that I love wearing this. Honestly, this is probably going to be the winner. I wake up and want to reach for this all the time. So I'll bring this. I think I'm going to pack these pajamas. Which jeans do I want to bring? I am on the last day of my period, which means things usually, like, the bloating has calmed down a little bit. But do I want to wear real jeans? I think I do. I want to come home an actual human because my kids will be home. It's a Friday. They won't be at school. I think that's the move. Yeah, these guys will be my winner. You'll see them tomorrow. But these Citizens of Humanity jeans, they've been so good to me because I love them cuffed with a loafer or with a Birkenstock, but also full length. They touch the floor. And when you're 6 feet tall, that's really saying something. I think there's something nice about a teeny tiny little road trip to a hotel. It's not a road trip, it's literally a 40-minute drive. But I'm bringing my blanket, my bed blanket. If you read my Substack, The Gold Standard, you know all about the bed blanket. She is my beloved. She is everything to me. And that will take up an entire half of the suitcase, but that's fine. I don't have that many things to bring. It is 24 hours. So, and it's me alone. I don't have an event to go to. Don't have anyone to see. I could just literally bring my robe and my blanket and be good, but I'm me. So I'm gonna overpack just a little bit, but that's okay, we can do that. Is it a little bit ridiculous to wear the nude sweatsuit today again? Like, it's my birthday and I'm going to a nice hotel. It's just the only thing I want on my body, truly. So I think this is today's outfit. Packed this bag. I got this from Erin, a bunch of years ago, and I don't know, I think they still do it every year in different colors. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It is suede. It's actually pretty filthy because it's been in the closet that is still like under construction with all the luggage, but it has this big strap and you can wear it sideways. But if I'm doing just an overnight somewhere, this is the bag I bring. Although yes, you did see me pack the away carry-on also. But that's just because of the blanket. If I wasn't bringing the blanket, it would just be me and this bad boy. So I'm going to pack up all of the toiletries, the hair stuff, the shower stuff. Ashimago is still not home. When he does get home, we will be 2 ships passing in the night and I will leave right away. I decided to go with this sweater on sweater moment and I love it, but I am looking outside and remembering it's like 80 today. It's February 6th, 80 degrees. But I figured like this is Everlane and they do this sweater constantly. It is a see-through, very fine knit. And if I get hot, I'll just take this off. But I wanted a full little cream on cream on cream moment. So I'm happy with this. Yesterday my parents stopped by our house and brought me birthday money. I felt like I was 15. It was heavenly, and so I figured the thing that I wanted to do most on my birthday, if someone was like, Jill, plan out your dream day, what would you do? It would be to go to Barnes & Noble, then to go to Whole Foods, and then to go to the hotel and not leave the hotel room for the remainder of the day. And that, friends, is what we did. So do a quick little Barnes & Noble haul. This is the first thing I got. I always love a copy of the British Home and Garden magazine. It's just stunning, so inspiring. Then we got this magazine, which I'm obsessed with. For some reason, I think that I know it's printed in the South. Part of me wants to say it's printed in Texas. That might be wrong. This is the most stunning magazine, and I used to subscribe to it. I literally saw it on the shelf and was like, why have I not gotten that? I think it only comes out 4 times a year. It's like a source book almost, and it's just so beautiful. So I got that. This, me standing in Barnes & Noble, is basically just me typing book covers that look really intriguing to me into Goodreads. That's how I spend my time there. And this had a pretty good rating, and I think I had heard about this novel before, so gave this one a go. And lastly, from Barnes & Noble, The Bee Sting. I know this won a New York Times award this year for one of the best books of 2024. I believe. At least it was one of the best books of the year. I'm not sure if it actually was released in 2024. It won so many awards, and I was intrigued. Okay. The 10 best books, top 10? It's pretty serious. 10 best books of 2023. So that's where we're at. And she's juicy. There's a lot here, but man, this book feels amazing. Like, you can just tell. Oh, that's butter. Yeah, can't wait for that one. So this was the Barnes & Noble haul. Then I ran into Whole Foods, and whenever I'm going to a hotel, I start to have almost like a panic moment. I don't know if you feel this way, but especially just with food restrictions, I need to know that I have enough snacks. I had already brought snacks from home because I will not be without snacks, but I just need to make sure that in that hotel room, if I need something, I need something crunchy, got it. I need fruit, got it. I need like a little juice, a little something, got it. So in that bag right there, I had already brought an Olipop, a Sumo orange, Q chocolate, I had to have that, and a Siete chip. So in this little Whole Foods haul, I got Boulder Canyon chips because they're the best, and they use avocado oil. I got a kombucha because this just sounded like I need this on my birthday. I'm running out of places to put this stuff. I got this Rebel protein drink, which is my favorite. It's made with, I think, like reishi mushrooms, and it has 20 grams of protein. Obsessed with this. And I got a cold press citrus juice because my throat is a little sandpapery, and I'm refusing to go down that path again. I refuse, I don't accept. So citrus just sounds great. And then I always get this giant glass water bottle because I try to avoid plastic whenever I can. These things I can't avoid it, so I always get the glass bottle option. And I don't want to pay $7 to $11 for a bottle of water in the room, you know? So I never go to a hotel without this. Officially made it. I feel a little bit naked without all of my wipes. I'm a germy person. I would love to wipe down the remote, surfaces, but it's fine. I do have hand sanitizer, and I will be going to work on this room. This bag, first of all, it's full to the brim, but second of all, ancient. Absolutely ancient. Oshimago got this for me when we were dating, and we've been married for almost 14 years, but it's one of my favorites because it's an embossed stitching. I don't love a monogram. I'm not a monogram gal. If I have something monogrammed, it's at least 15 years old, and this just feels so classic. Like, it's Louis Vuitton, but you can't tell it's Louis Vuitton. It's silver with this really warm gray, so it still goes well with gold. One of my all-time favorite bags. That's just a little fun fact. But I'm waiting for my sweet green to arrive. I'm going to wipe some surfaces down. That makes me feel better. And then I'm changing, getting fully cozy, literally getting in that bed. I cannot wait. Okay, I settled in, changed obviously into my cozies, and I was just reflecting on birthdays over the past few years, and especially like early on in marriage. Oshimago and I got married when I was 21. He was still playing in the NFL and things were really different, and I was in college and all those things. And so birthdays were such a spectacle. It's like, it's your birthday, let's go on a trip, let's do all these things. And then when I was 24, I had Oshalema. So I had my first baby at 24 years old, which was 10 years ago. And I would turn 25 a month later. And I feel like there were so many years where the only thing I really wanted, like genuinely, really, truly wanted, was to be alone. Like, I just wanted to stay in a hotel one night by myself and not have any responsibilities, not have anything required of me, or even just like having time to myself in my own home for an extended period of time. But there are things, I think, especially when you become a mom so young, like I was 24 years old, none of my friends had kids. My older sister had a daughter, but it's just, she was in a very unique situation. She lived with my parents, and I felt like there's a level of support that I didn't have and desperately needed. And I felt so guilty for saying the thing that I want today, if you want to celebrate me, is to like, I just want a day. And so I wouldn't say that. I'd be like, oh, I would love some time to myself, but then let's go somewhere together, or let's all do this thing. And it just left at the end of every birthday this pit in my stomach, like, that's not coming back for another year, another 365 days, and I still don't feel that scratch. Nope, that itch scratched. And I eventually spoke up about it when I was about to deliver my second child, Keogana, because I had 2 under 2. I was absolutely exhausted. I still had a 1-year-old, and I was super pregnant, and I was like, my dear sweet husband, the thing that I want more than anything in the world is just a day by myself, a day in a hotel to do nothing. And he was like, absolutely. Like, of course, that's what you should do. And he loves alone time, but mostly he prioritizes whatever I need because he's wonderful. And so he's like, if you just always communicate your needs, I'm going to do my best to make that happen. Obviously, I respect him. We have mutual respect. I'm never going to be like, I need to go to Mexico for a week, so yeah, bye. But there are times where we have a greater need than what the other could perceive, and we just have to express it and be vocal. And so we moved back to Dallas from Virginia when I was 36 weeks pregnant with my second, and I came to this exact hotel and spent the night here and just had the most magical time. And it felt, my prayer was like, Lord, can you please just multiply the hours? I know I came in the afternoon and I was going to go back home in the morning, but I just was like, can this please feel like days upon days? And it did. And so every time I come back here, I just feel that gratitude for learning the lesson early on in motherhood. Like, you need to speak up, and it is okay to have a desire to be by yourself. It's so rare that we're by ourselves. If you think about it and you add up the time, it's like I'm by myself when I'm sleeping. Not even, I'm with my husband. It's so rare that I'm alone. And so it's just magical. And it also made me think of this. There were periods in our marriage where I was like, honestly, the best thing you could give me, like, I don't want to be by you. And it wasn't that we were fighting, we just weren't good. This was like 2018, 2019, and 2021. When my birthday would come around, and a lot of times there have been years where Oshimika would try to coordinate my parents watching the kids or something so we can have a night away together. And I was like, I'm good. I really want to be not by you. And last night when Oshimika was telling me the plan, because he likes to do a birthday surprise, and I think it was last year or the year before for my birthday, he had sent me to a hotel. And when I got here, all of my sisters were here and my sister-in-law, and it was amazing. Like, the best surprise ever. And so I just was like, he told me yesterday for the first time, okay, you're going away. And so I was like, okay, fill me in fully. Am I going to go there and my sisters are there, or will I be fully alone? And he's like, you'll be fully alone, because that helps me pack, that helps me prepare. And he was like, I was trying to just sense what you needed, and that's what I was feeling in my spirit, which is perfect, and it is exactly what I needed today. But there was a part of me that's like, dang, I wish you could come with me. Like, I really wish we could be together. And he was, we can't really swing that. We don't have childcare locked in like that. I'm also still at a point where my oldest is 10 and my youngest is 1, that I still personally wouldn't leave them with anyone but my family. And so it's really tricky to get a night away. Like, someone asked me the other day, who's your village of childcare and who do you do babysitting swaps with? And I'm like, it's literally my family. And Oshimika and I are our village right now. So he's holding it down. But it was just special laying in bed last night. I'm like, I genuinely wish that you could come with me. And I wish that we could just be there together and get away. And that's just a gift. I think after having seasons of marriage where they're so difficult and so murky that you're like, are we ever going to get out of this? Like, will I ever crave just being together with you again? And thankfully those chunks of time are short, but if you've ever been in them, they're so intense and so distracting. So it's been a beautiful season of marriage. Again, it ain't always like that. So whenever we are in a beautiful season, I just want to acknowledge it and savor it. And I hold on to it being like, this is the year that I just really wanted you with me, because we are such good friends, and I'd rather be with you than apart from you. That was just like a little fleeting thought, like it would be nice. This is heaven. Having 24 hours to myself, absolute bliss. I actually would love nothing more. Just a little reminiscing, but I am going to get comfortable. I'll probably check back in maybe when I'm doing my skincare but this might be it for the day because, again, it was a weird day, but I don't want to spend the entire thing thinking of like my content brain and what to say and what to share. I really do want to soak it up now that it's like almost 5. So that was that. I started to feel like I couldn't fully relax in my true form until I showered. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna take my makeup off, do the whole thing, and then lay down. I have to think of something to watch because I don't want to read yet. I do want to just be a vegetable for a minute. And so I'll come back with the perfect solo entertainment. That sounds inappropriate. The perfect thing to watch when you are alone. Maybe my mind's just in the gutter. First of all, my face is so red because I use my absolute favorite scrub ever, this Microderm one. You just leave it on your face and let it sit on there for, I kid you not, 3 minutes, and you feel like my face feels unbelievable. But I definitely need to add some moisture back in. This stuff is paradise. Okay, ignore her. We're gonna do toner to get this moisture back in there. Then I really did feel like I couldn't use retinol ever. Like when I was first hearing about retinol, well, I started reading about retinol when I was maybe 10 years old, but when I was at the age that I could start using retinol, I was constantly having babies or nursing. And so this is just now my very first time at 35 years old, and I'm obsessed. I've been loving it, and I feel like sometimes people are like, I noticed a difference overnight. I won't say that I noticed a difference overnight, but I absolutely noticed a difference in just the texture of my skin, which I kind of accepted. Like, okay, I use only non-toxic products, so maybe I won't get the same results as, you know, other people. But I don't feel like this is compromised at all. It feels like an incredible retinol, so I'm very happy with that. Like what? Nail polish? Just gonna keep getting more red here. This has been my miracle product that I feel like I have to sell an organ for every time I have to repurchase it, but I'll never not repurchase because it is the single biggest difference maker in my skin. Lastly, we're gonna do this most satisfying thing ever. Oh, I just love that so much. This moisturizer, again, if you've been along with me for any length of time, you know all of these products, because once something is tried and true, I'm like, I'm not replacing it. It's just, there's a loyalty there, and also a if it ain't broke, you know? These products definitely are pricier, some of them, but I've tried so many non-toxic products, and every time it's like, these are the absolute best. So this is the skin at the end of our skincare. It's the actual texture of my skin. For a day after my period, we're not doing too bad. I have fries coming up here from room service, and that is the last time I'll speak to another human for the rest of the day. Such a weird night of sleep. I fell asleep watching Outdoor Boys probably like close to 1 or 12:30 because my sister called late, and I woke up to what sounded like hundreds of sirens, and it felt like it was literally downstairs, like right there. And so naturally I of course checked like the fire, you know how the fire department puts out updates about their calls, and the police department being like, literally is this building
being raided right now by a SWAT team. And it will show you how many fire trucks there are right now that have been called. And in all of Dallas, there were 2 a county over and 25 calls for 1 street over, a 2-minute walk. And so that explained everything. So that was from like 5 to 6, just endless sirens. And then I watched some more Outdoor Boys and eventually fell back asleep. And now it is 9 o'clock and it feels wonderful. Start slowly gathering myself to leave and go home. But first, this is my mouth tape, by the way. So Oshalima, my oldest son, has some ear, nose, and throat things. And so he's had to use mouth tape since he was maybe 6 or 7. We started using mouth tape. Not consistently, but that's the goal, is for him to always have it. The problem is he gets so congested because of his ear, nose, and throat issues that it becomes difficult. I'm like, I actually get scared to give him mouth tape because I'm like, will you just not wake up? That's terrifying. I started doing a lot of research very early about mouth tape. And Ashimgo also for years slept with mouth tape, except to my knowledge, this was years ago, you could not buy mouth tape. He would sleep with like Scotch Guard on his mouth, or the tape that you use to tape your ankle, and just tear it off into strips. Then we switched to the ones that look like an H, which I do really like, but these are my favorite. Where do they go? Not only are they very cute, but they're the least sticky, if that makes sense. Like, they don't rip my lips off. And as someone who already has, like, I have little itty bitty wrinkles in my top lip, the skin, not my actual lip obviously, but the skin above my top lip. I'm not trying to just exacerbate that situation. I don't need to just like rapidly accelerate my aging for no reason. So I love how gentle this one is, but I do wake up feeling like I have woken up from the dead, you know, just when your mouth has been closed all night. I also love that there's a hole in the middle, because I still sometimes will take a deep breath through that hole and you can still like, you know, put your straw through there. So it's like cheating the system. I feel free, but my mouth is pretty much closed. So yeah, first time talking after taking off the mouth tape is always an adventure.